Hey everybody, it's Suzette Speaks on your radio, about to go live here. If you're listening from Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, Port St. Lucie, wherever you're coming in from, or if you're watching online, I appreciate you. Go ahead and hit the like button. We're about to start our show. You know we're live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I hope you enjoyed today's show. It's going to be an Olympic rundown. I got a lot to say, and it's been a hot Olympics, so I hope you enjoy. And thanks for listening. We got a couple commercials, and then we're going live. Let's see. Hey, everybody listening. Wagwan and Suzette Speaks live on your radio. I do hope you are having an amazing day, and I'm grateful that you're here with me. I am grateful that we are having an amazing Olympics, y'all. I cannot believe how spicy the Olympics have been. But I'm coming here today to talk to you a little bit about what my thoughts are when it comes to what we've been watching. I want to welcome you if you've just found me. Hello and welcome. This is the Suzette Speak Show. I come to you live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Voice of the Caribbean, INI Radio. And today, like I said, is an Olympic special. I've been watching all of the island and people, all of the Caribbean representing so well. I have been literally sitting on the edge of my seat watching what has been happening with the American runners. I have to big up the American runners in the 1500, in the steeplechase, in the 400. We're going to get to it, the 200 women. And we're waiting today. I can't wait to get home and watch the 200 men's final. Again, this is an Olympic reaction show. And if you've been watching, you can call me right now, 850-446-0562. Get you right in touch, 850-446-0562. Gets you right in touch, because there are so many folks who are watching and listening and want to know what is happening right now with the Olympics. And I think it's important that we are paying attention, enjoying it. Of course, the Olympic spirit is about unity, and it's about love, and it's about bringing people together. And we have witnessed a lot of that. And we are grateful right now for all of the highlights and moments that we have already witnessed in this competition. So if you're an Olympic fan like me, if you are a person that loves watching the competition and wants to give your 2 cents about, especially like the 100-meter final, I don't know about you, but I watched Mr. Noel Lyles take on 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙚 from Jamaica, and it came down to 5/1000th of a second. I don't even know if we count those nowadays, but that's what we have as the photo finish told us. Literally, they came in at the same time, and instead of giving them the same time, they literally were divided by a chest length, right? Whose torso crossed over first. And I'm grateful again to have witnessed that. This again has been a very exciting track and field competition. I don't know about you, but I'm a big Olympic fan, and I am also very, very proud of my other sister island nations that have been competing so boldly. Shout out to Dominica, shout out to Grenada, shout out to St. Lucia, shout out to all of the folks who have worked so hard. You got to remember, these folks, they prepare so much for literally, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, depending on the swimming and depending on the length of the race in terms of track and field. We've also had some wonderful surprises in the field events. Jamaica has not been seen quite as boldly, as we've had some withdrawals when it came to the 100-meter final. We did not see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce compete because of some mix-up, it sounds like, at the door. Paris, I don't know what's going on over there. But we have some folks, again, that are representing very well the Caribbean, and we know this is the INI Radio, Voice of the Caribbean. So we're going to highlight them today and get your take on what's been going on. But I want to say hello, and I thank everybody who has been a part of the journey. Suzette Speaks Show is back in full effect. You guys know that early voting is happening right now. So if you haven't voted, you have to. Miami-Dade, Monroe County, down to the Keys. Right now, early voting is in full effect up in Broward. We have early voting that will be taking place as well. And if you have voted by mail or if you've ordered your vote by mail for the August 20th primary election, we know that election day is coming up. We just don't vote in November. We also will be voting August 20th, but you can vote early. Early voting in Broward County, that's Fort Lauderdale, will be August 10th through 18th. So the early voting, that's the in-person early voting, starts in Broward August 10th through 18th. That's from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can cast your ballot in the election, the primary election that's happening on August 20th. So if you didn't get your vote by mail ordered for the early voting in terms of the primary August 20, you can still go in person. There will be, like I said, an early voting period from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. That again is August 10th through 18th. Of course, in other counties, in Miami-Dade County and Monroe County, they've already started early voting. So please be aware that there is an election going on right now. Like now, we don't have to wait till November, like voting now. And that's going to determine who comes out of the primary, right? Who will be the winners in some of these local races. So you have to make sure you are going and you are aware. Now, if you are getting ready for the November 5th, that's the other general election, the big election. So if they win in the primary, which is happening now, then they move on to the general election. So the primary again, August 20, but you can vote early. Miami-Dade, Monroe, they're already opening the early voting precincts. In Broward, those will open August 10th through 18th. So you got to make sure you know where you live. Orange County, Port St. Lucie, Palm Beach, everybody listening, make sure you're aware. We have an election that's in progress, right? August 20 is the primary election date, but no one has to wait till then. You can vote early, right? And again, Broward will begin August 10th through 18th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, if you haven't registered to vote, don't worry. It's too late for the August election, but for the November, the big election for November, you can register by October 7th. So if you haven't registered, if you're not sure you're registered, you want to re-register, just visit your supervisor of elections website and they will tell you right away whether you're registered or whether you're not, right? And so that early voting will begin later on this year. That early voting period is October 21st to November 3rd. All right. So we have a primary election happening now. And then we also have the general election, but I'm not going to get too much into the politics. I want to shout out to the Shirley Chisholm Democratic Club. They had me as a moderator for a beautiful candidates forum because things are going on. People are voting already. So we had a candidates forum earlier. There are a couple more I've been invited to host and MC. I'm grateful for the love. You guys know I'm all about community engagement, community care. The more we care for each other, the further we get together, right? So making sure you know who is running in your city. I'm going to have some series of interviews with some folks who are running locally, mayors and city commissioners and countywide offices as well. So get ready for that. It's voting time, y'all. August is the primary election, August 20. So get ready. It's time. It's not just November. It's now. Well, I want to get into my Olympics, y'all. Olympic time too. I am in the spirit of the Olympics, of unity, of sports, of wanting to see people push their bodies, push themselves to the limit. And this Olympics has been phenomenal. The track and field, the swimming, the gymnastics, Miss Suzette. I have been enjoying every single minute of it. We have seen the GOAT, Simone Biles. We have seen the GOAT from Brazil, Rebecca Andrade, come through as the gold medal winner of the floor exercise, with Simone Biles in second, getting silver, and Jordan Childs third, giving the bow, the iconic picture. They're saying online they should put that in the Louvre because the lady showed ultimate sisterhood, ultimate sports womanship, and ultimate respect to the winner of that final solo medal competition, individual, I should say, medal competition, which was the floor exercise. Shout out to all my Brazilians listening. And shout out to, again, the gold medal girl, the queen, La Reina, Rebecca Andrade from Brazil. First of all, that was exciting. All of the gymnastics, in spite of some of the falls. I watched the balance beam. If you didn't take in that competition, I don't know if they said the balance beam was slippery, but all the greats were slipping. Even the great Simone Biles ended up falling during her individual competition and left the door open for others to come through it. But it was tough, right? To show up on the moment when you're required to, when it all counts in the arena, stepping inside the arena to put yourself out there in an individual sport, in a team sport, in any way is already a win, right? So be the best in the world, not just in this country, in the world, to compete with thousands of others watching you, cheering for you, understanding the importance of this moment. It is a grand affair. I have my own commentary on Paris. There's been a little hiccups here and there in terms of the management of the games, but looking overall, I think they have done, a beautiful job. I'll tell you, the athletes have done an amazing job putting on a showcase of what the limits of the human body can be pushed to. And I'm really excited to see, especially the Caribbean American and the Caribbean athletes. I'll say it because there are a lot of athletes that run for different countries that are from the Caribbean. That's why I put that in there. But let's just say Caribbean athletes also who are representing and running for their countries, under their country's flags, have been represented. Okay, first of all, let me get to the Jamaicans. Shout out to Roger Stoner, gold medal in discus. Who knew what we have seen as a lack of Jamaican athletes in the sprint competitions? Baby, don't forget the field competitions. The field competitions have been amazing, and I'm talking about Mr. Roger Stoner. He has been coached by American shot putter and gold medalist Brian Krauser, but he threw the discus for 17 meters, which is an Olympic record, putting Jamaica for the first time ever on top of the leaderboard and winning the gold medal in discus. All right, so we had a discus winner from the Caribbean, but the big controversy of this games was the 100-meter battle. Let me just take a pause. I gotta take a deep breath for this, because when I was watching this, my heart was pumping, my blood pressure went up when I thought about what I was witnessing. Of course, we had the head-to-head competition between the American sprinter Noel Lyles, as well as through with the Jamaican sprinter who had beaten his competition in his semifinal, 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙚. Well, when we look at some of the replay, this is a replay. I watched this race over and over and over again. And trust and believe, when I watched it, I was so frightened because it was so close each and every time. I kept thinking, how are they going to call this? I even watched the replay yesterday evening during the highlights on the NBC, which have been covering the Olympics. Of course, you know that that race was one that will go down in history. Well, when we saw the replay, let me tell you, social media lit up. The Caribbean Massive, in specific, the Jamaicans were not feeling that result. Because when you look at the 9.79 that both men earned, we have to go with what the rules say the winner must have achieved, and that is putting their torso. The first person who have the torso across the line. But Mr. 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙗 foot. Them say a foot race. The foot race, Mr. 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙗 foot was across the line. And yeah, that didn't count. I love the interview, and I probably will post it, and we'll probably post it on Voice of the Caribbean in our Instagram. Is that in that interview after the post race, 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙗, we were proud of you. We are so proud of you. You should not hang your head again. People act like silver is not winning. That's an amazing feat. The top 8 fastest people in the world in your race, and you come second in the world, is incredible. We cannot discount all the hard work. We cannot discount the dedication, the persistence, the perseverance. And as Mr. 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙗 said, he's grateful because he was injury-free. That is a huge deal. To leave the Olympics without an injury, we saw people pull hamstrings and pull groin muscles and all this stuff. So he said to himself, and during his interview, post-race interview, 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙗 highlighted the fact that he felt like he could have been a little bit more patient. He wasn't as patient with himself as he could have been. That he pushed his what can I say, his ending. He started to lean too fast to the line, put it that way. Instead of running through the line, he said he hadn't been patient enough to just rest on his speed, be confident in his speed getting him to the line at the right time when he should be there. He again cut his stride and then started to lean a little bit early. It's crazy if you watch that race frame by frame, 90 meters, 10 meter by 10 meter. 𝘾𝙧𝙘𝙚 Thompson was leading outright for the 90 meters. But we must give credit to sprinter Noah Lyles. Some people say he's a little brash. Some people say he talks a lot. He likes to, you know, have very, very energetic, let's say, press conferences where he's letting you know how he feels and his confidence shows through and he feels like he's the best and he's going to beat everybody. That's something that Noah Lyles is known for. But I think, you have to be okay with his sense of pride and getting ready to compete. He wants to compete. He wants to be the best in his sport, and he's a person that is not going to hold back, and he's not going to say anything that he doesn't feel he can back up. And guess what? Even though it was by 5/1000ths of a second, can you imagine? The foot was over the line first by 𝘾𝙧𝙘𝙀. However, what the torso came, and they were waiting at that finish line, and you could see 𝘾𝙧𝙧 saying, come on, man, show us. And we didn't know for a few seconds. And then on that scoreboard, on that board, we saw that Noah Lyles pulled through and backed up the talk, as he says, but it didn't stop the controversy online. Trust me, on our pages, on all the pages that highlight Caribbean sports, Caribbean American athletes, Voice of the Caribbean as well, the commentary was so crazy, hilarious at times, talking about how they felt he was robbed, because 𝘾𝙧𝙘𝙀 Thompson was robbed, and they know that he won. But listen, all is fair in sports. Sports you can be lucky and then you can be unlucky, but it wasn't his day. And I think as a young sprinter, I think he's only 23. 𝘾𝙧𝙧 got a lot more races, and I can't wait to see what he does. This is only his second international race, his Olympic debut. Noah Lyles, of course, has been to the Olympics before. This was an amazing feat, and we have to give it up for him. I also want to highlight and spot, before I get to some of the other field athletes from Jamaica, I gotta big up our sisters and brothers from other respective islands. When I look at the Dominican Republic, they have 2 bronze. Shout out to Dominican Republic. I have to shout out Grenada with a bronze. I must shout out Julian Alfred from St. Lucia. Big up my St. Lucia Massive, winning a gold in the 100 meters women's sprint, and then backing it up with a silver in the 200. When I say running through the rounds, Miss Julian Alfred, she didn't look like she looked just in impeccable form, almost untouchable. Even in our semifinals and such, I like, that's what the dedication and the hard work can do with that natural ability, right? The time they put in, the persistence, and the belief, the training. It was amazing to watch her win the first medal ever for St. Lucia, and it was a gold. Big up Julian Alfred, looking fantastic in her finish. There was daylight, meaning space between her and 𝘾𝙧𝙧 Richardson. We also want to highlight her, came in second. She had the silver medal. She did her best. Again, there's a lot of pressure on her to be the golden girl. 𝘾𝙧𝙧, of course, had great expectations, a lot of expectations coming in. And again, I can't wait for the rest of the relay races, etc. But she was not a member of the 200 team this year. I don't think she made it qualified in the United States track and field qualifiers, but she ran an amazing race, coming in second. Big up 𝘾𝙧𝙧 Richardson as well, from the United States. But we also have other sprinters. Well, actually, let me touch on the triple jump. Big up my island massive again from Dominica, triple jump gold, being the first medal for Dominica. Eva was a gold. Big up triple jumper Thea Thea Lafond from Dominica, I am grateful again to have witnessed that competition. If you were watching, you can catch these things online as well. You can go on YouTube and other places if you are not able to watch it during the day live. Well, I have it playing in the background and pausing and watching. It's just an exciting time to see our our islands of the Caribbean represent so well, particularly this year, particularly in the field competition. But she took home the gold for Dominica again, the first ever medal for this island. And I know they are so proud of her. They had wonderful broadcasts from St. Lucia in their square, like in their public park, where they watched it together. And I'm sure as a nation, both St. Lucia and Dominica will be holding grand celebrations for their first ever medalists, not to even mention gold medal winners. Big up again to Julian Alfred, 100-meter winner, 100-meter women's final winner, gold medalist, as well as to silver, as well as she was a silver medalist in the 200 as well. Big up Julian Alfred and Dominica's Thea Lafond, the triple jump gold medalist. Both, again, the first medals for their respective islands. We are so proud of them. Also, silver medalist in the triple jump came from Jamaica. Hey, let me tell you what Jamaica did not have representing in the sprints this year. Trust and believe the field. And I'm going to go into a little bit more of the field competitors and how great they've been doing. Triple jump, the discus, the long jump, shot put. Listen, we have had some wonderful showings by our island folks, and we're looking at, Caribbean islands for, the small populations they are overrepresented. Let me tell you, they are very impressive. Jamaica, coming from 3 million people, to be having, I think, at this point, 4 field medals is incredible for a population of that size compared to the big old countries that we are seeing compete here. I also saw a quote. If you're into swimming, I did see, I missed my girl, Simone Manuel. I'm not quite sure what happened to her and why she didn't compete. But I did enjoy watching a lot of the swimming as well. The U.S. team, let me tell you, the world is caught up. When we think about why, and I think Michael Phelps was quoted as saying he was not disappointed in the athletes. The great Michael Phelps, listen, he has more medals. When you look at the medals he's won, 20 odd medals, they can't even compare to what most of the world and most of the other countries have put together, have won, right? So Michael Phelps was commenting that he was a little disappointed in some of the outcomes of the swimming. But we got to realize a lot of the swimmers are training with American coaches, training here in the United States. So they're catching up, but it has been so exciting. I got to get to some of the races where the Americans were showing out, the 400, the 1500. Let me tell you, my voice, I was screaming at the television. Had so much fun. This Olympics, let me tell you, the sprint billing, the races on the men's side as well have lived up to the hype. We are going to talk about some of the incredible finishes that we have seen in this Olympics. This is the Suzette Speaks Show Live. Today's special is the Olympics reaction, and we have a lot more show coming up after this. Make sure you tell a friend to stay tuned. Suzette Speaks is every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Voice of the Caribbean, I Radio. All right, we're taking a little break. All right, I'm off the air now. I think my mic's off. Okay, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I'm trying to make it public here on my Facebook page. But as you can tell, I'm an Olympic girl. I really enjoy it. I don't see it popping up right now. But let me see. And I hope you're great. Thank you, Sandy. Salute. I see you, Stanley. Thank you so much for passing through. Sandy says, hey, good afternoon. What's up? Good to see you, Sandy. I hope you are good. And let me see. And she said, getting voting this afternoon. Fantastic. So I'm going to go hard a little bit, and then I probably will switch to Instagram for a little kind of recap after this. But I hope you're enjoying. I am going to talk more about the Americans right after this, because there has been, I would call it a track renaissance when it comes to American sprinters. I also got to talk about a couple rallies I've been through. Let me get some water. Excuse me. But I'm enjoying it. I am here alone. I will have a guest tomorrow. But remember to like, comment, share. Remember to set your notifications. Probably will be going often more with the Olympics and with the elections as we get closer. So I hope you guys are good, man. Had a crazy couple of weeks when it came to travel in July. I was on my family reunion break and I was on a cruise, but now I'm back. So feeling good. Appreciate you guys. Let me put the phone number up. If you do want to call, you can call in. Tell me what you think about the Olympics or anything else. Politics. We're going to talk a little bit more tomorrow about the vice president's pick of VP. And I think we're going to do more politics tomorrow. My guest tomorrow on my show is running for mayor of her city in Broward County. So she'll be half the show, and then I'll be doing a little bit more Olympic wrap up, of course, and then talking about the VP pick, right? Tim Walz for the Democrats and what that means and what that looks like. But I appreciate you watching. Please hit the like button, like, comment, and share. And we have a couple more commercials to go. So I will be hanging tight. Let me see if I can see my feed here. Yeah, I see it. Let me make it live. Yep, got it live. Thank you guys for watching. All right, there we go. We are now on Facebook as well, popping. I want to say hello to you guys. Thank you again. Hit the like button, comment, share. We're in an important time of year when it comes to elections. So I'm grateful. Let me put my mic up a little. And I'm learning the board. Grateful for that as well. And I'm running it. Shout out to Humble Lion. Shout out to Miss Chin. Learning it, running it by myself, that kind of thing. Really grateful for that as well. So we gotta, you gotta learn and you gotta grow. Next thing you know, I'll be DJing, playing music. What's up? What's up? But today, again, talking about the election going on already in South Florida. The primaries are now, and I got about 2 commercials left, and then we're gonna go back live. I don't hear with this headphone. Let me see. I was trying not to switch in the middle of the thing. Whose phone is that? Let me go check that headphone real quick. 1 second. One-stop solution for graphic design, web design, printing, business consulting, and strategic branding solution. Exciting news! USA has joined forces with the Voice of the Caribbean. We're proud to offer exclusive sponsorship opportunities alongside our. All right, let me see if this is a better headphone. Because I couldn't hear a thing. The other one. Let's see if this one is better. Better. Hey. All right, we're about 2 commercials out. All right, that's the commercials that people are hearing. So, I think I'll be able to hear myself better. We're going to remind people to vote. Don't worry about that. So, way better headphones. The sexiest party of the year. It's so. All right. All right, we got about 5 minutes, not even 2 commercials left. So about less than a minute. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Suzette Speaks Live on your radio. Hope everybody's good. Hope you're enjoying this beautiful Thursday here in South Florida. We are here for you. You know, this is your 24/7 Caribbean American station. Voice of the Caribbean Radio. Big up Mikey Mike. Big up Miss Chin. Big up all of our wonderful DJs. You know, this is a Throwback Thursday, right? We're going to take you back. I was enjoying the vibes yesterday. I was listening for Energy Wednesdays. There was a lot of energy in the studio. Shout out to all of my colleagues here at Voice of the Caribbean I Radio. If you're listening for the first time, welcome. I'm Suzette Speaks, an attorney, radio host, of course, community activist, I guess you could call me, a little bit of everything when it comes to trying to set a stage for people to connect, for people to build together, people to elevate in their mind, in their soul, in their spirit, get smarter and enjoy this thing called life. I think sometimes we get stuck in our little bubbles. We're not curious, and I want to make you curious and hopefully teach you a little something, something. We are doing a variety of show topics this month. Most will be revolving around who's running, who's getting involved in their community through politics and running for office. So you will be hearing a series of folks coming through in the next few weeks as we prepare for the primary election here in South Florida. As I told you, the primary election is August 20th. August 20th is the big day, but early voting is currently going on. So if you have not registered, if you are not yet aware, we are voting. The voting has begun in Miami-Dade. The voting has begun in Monroe counties. If you have not registered yet, you can still have time. It will not count for this election, but coming up for the bigger election in November, the general election, November 5th, there's time. So we need to make sure we're registered, ready. We have a voting plan. We know where our precinct is. Or we go to our supervisor of elections website, right? Everybody, every county in Florida has a supervisor of elections and they have a website. So you want to make sure that you are aware of your voting status. Are you registered? Did you request your vote by mail, or what we call an absentee ballot? You can request that right now for November. It's a little bit too late for this August 20th election. However, we're going to make sure that we are ready for November 5th. But if you are registered, this is your time to shine. Okay, this is now happening. August 20th election is on. So if you are in Dade, if you're in Miami-Dade, or if you're in Monroe, you can vote already. If you're in Broward, the early voting starts at August 10th through 18th. That means the polls will be open August 10th through 18th from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can vote anywhere when it's early. You have to vote at your precinct when it's election day, August 20th. Miss Chin has joined me. Hey, Miss Chin, well, go on, make sure our mic down. Yes, well, go on, Miss Chin. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm so excited to see you, sis.
Yeah, I just come to, just kind of running out. I'm gonna be running in and running out just for now.
Yes.
So I have a little bit of news to share.
Yes.
As you guys know, I've been trying to follow up the case, the matter between both the vice mayor for Lauderdale and the former commissioner.
Oh wait, with Miss Chin coming with the
No, it's not
pasta. Okay, hold on.
no pass, no pass. It was brought to our newsroom attention
Yes,
that
yes.
the former commissioner has filed a case.
All right, let's back up in case people do not know what is happening. Let us back up. So we have the city of Lauderdale, right? Big up Lauderdale, big up what they call Jamaica Hill. There's a lot of great things happening in Lauderdale. We've had several of the candidates come through and talk to us about who's running, but it is a very hotly contested election over there in Lauderdale. People are so we had reported, and it was reported here on Voice of the Caribbean, and you could also see it reported on our Instagrams. That's why it's important that you follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Voice of the Caribbean. And of course, if you're listening, you're going to get the scoop. You're going to get the tea of what's happening in the community. We're going to keep things professional, but we also know that there's sometimes issues that we have to address because it was reported that there was I don't want to call it a dust up, a kerfuffle. What would you call it, Miss Chin?
It was like some physical altercation.
A physical altercation happened between two individuals, two grown men, city of Lauderdale. Hey, they're. So now what? Explain what happened so we can get the update, so people understand what you're talking about.
Just joining, so it was brought to our attention on Sunday. It was the whole independence celebration and all of that and everything. and the former commissioner, sorry, of Lauderdale, that's Richard Campbell, was a part of the whole Florida Men's Fellowship. You know, the
Yeah.
motorcade and everything, and apparently
Celebrating Jamaica independence
celebrating
on
independence
Sunday.
on Sunday.
Right.
And it was brought to our attention that he was coming off the stage, going about his business, and the vice mayor, Mr. Lawrence Jabo Martin,
Okay.
apparently wanted to have a conversation with him, but he was not in the mood to have a conversation. He didn't want to speak to him, from what I understand,
Yeah.
and he kind of shunned him off. By walking away, Mr. Lawrence shoved Mr. Campbell
Campbell.
in his back,
What?
and he fell
Forward.
messed up his face, was taken to the hospital and everything.
Oh
So
wow.
now we have heard that Mr. Campbell has taken out, he has filed,
A legal complaint
yeah, and yeah,
against
and charges, yeah.
Oh, wow. So again, this is again reported here first on Voice of the Caribbean. It's alleged that there was an altercation that took place
No,
on.
it wasn't alleged. There were eyewitnesses
Okay,
who actually
you know I'm trying to
saw.
protect. I'm
I
trying to
know,
protect.
I'm protecting, but you know, persons actually were
You
calling
saw
and
it. People
texting us
saw it.
saying the
Okay, this happened.
eyewitnesses, the person
Okay.
saw it where he
So
shoved
there
his
are
hand.
reports,
Yeah.
eyewitness reports, that at a Jamaica Independence event that was held in the city of Lauderdale, there was an altercation, a physical altercation that took place between a former commissioner, Mr. Richard Campbell, and a current sitting commissioner,
Yeah, and
Lauren,
candidate
and candidate
for the mayor.
for mayor.
Yeah, because he's
Okay.
running for mayor. So
Okay,
Mr.
so that's Mr. Lawrence Jabo Martin.
Right.
So apparently, it sounds like, again, according to reports, that he was walking away. Mr. Campbell did not want to engage with Mr. Martin, and former Commissioner Richard Campbell was walking away. And eyewitness reports. I'm big on
Right.
alleged, but tell us that.
No, right. I said alleged too, but then
Yeah,
I was corrected
that
that
it actually what was
eyewitnesses.
occurred. Okay, so the reports are stating that the current commissioner and mayoral candidate, in fact, had pushed Mr. Campbell to the ground. Mr. Campbell was not able to brace and hit his face on the ground and had to go to the hospital. And now is the latest development is that he is now filing charges, or wants charges filed against Mr. Lawrence Jabo Martin.
My thing is, people, I always say it, you know, I'm not politically aligned, but I always say this. When you are in the public light, when you are leaders of the community, you have to carry yourself better. And it is hard, yes, because you are human beings. We're all human beings, and you have a personal life outside of the everyday work. But again, as leaders of the community, you are constantly working every single day. Because even on your downtime, you go to places, you see stuff that are happening, but you have to also work on it. So to me, you really don't get a downtime.
Yeah.
But you also have to represent.
People are always watching.
People are
and
always
you are
watching.
a role model.
Exactly. So lead. You have to be a leader of this community. You have to come with the punches. You have to come with the blows. You have to learn to control your temper, your fuse, no matter what it is. My grandmother used to make it roll off of your back like a water roll off a cocoa leaf. Just let it roll off, no matter what it is. Remember, we are leaders of this community, and we have to set an example for our youth in the area. And as Black leaders, we have to set a primary example.
Yeah, all right, Miss Chin, may I go put on my lip gloss? I mean, I gotta go back to my Olympic talk.
Oh, when them people are the hundreds?
Listen, people are still mad. Let me tell you, Jamaicans are mad
It's
when
not
it comes.
Jamaicans. Listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's gonna take a fool
to look at
this. Mr. Because all right, you see, they were even going to give it to the U.S. Give it to the other guy that was on the right, because even him passed the land before.
Fred Curley's foot, and Kishane Thompson of Jamaica's foot, Fred Curley of the United States foot, most definitely crossed the line before Nora Lyles.
When I looked at the different angles up to now, I see no a torso in it. On that whole wicked, but we know it go.
Yeah, so people, I posted it on our page with the song "Bad Mind." Good morning. Listen, there's so much feelings.
Listen, but it is a known fact. I mean, when you look at the different angles of everything what they're showing,
yes,
him torso no go over a line. Don't him next partner beat him. You understand?
So we're talking
And
about the 100-meter
yes,
men's final in the 2024 Olympics in Paris between a photo finish between Noah Lyles of the United States and 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙞𝙘𝙚 of Jamaica and Fred Kerley
yes.
of the United States, and how there was much controversy around the gold being given to Noah Lyles. Again, the officials stating that it was the torso,
Not
the
torso,
first torso that crossed the line, not the first foot, not the first hand,
But
even though we saw
so be
foot
the
and
case, then no one else torso did not go over.
listen, I mean, I'm just going by what the reports say. So we have some feelings, and definitely people who have much different perspective than what was the outcome of that race. But as it was done in history, we're gonna have an Olympic champion, Noah Lyles, with the same exact time as 𝘾𝙧𝙧𝙘𝙗𝙧𝙗𝙗 of Jamaica, 9.79, but they're saying that he crossed it by 5 thousandths of a second faster. I shouldn't think it. I'm saying this right. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Was at the line before him. Fred Kerley. Big up Fred Kerley. That was a dark horse. I didn't realize he was going to be in the mix. There were so many, again, possibilities and outcomes. This was not one that anyone could have foreseen that it would be this close. But the funny thing is, I realized I was just looking, I was reading some notes a while ago, right? And there's some issues inside the Olympics because apart from Jamaicans being pulling out, there are a lot of I almost say artists, a lot of athletes are complaining and they are pulling out of the races, they're pulling out of competitions. I don't know what is going on in the Olympics inside of Paris. Yeah. Whatever it is, you guys need to fix it. You can't change rules in the last minute on athletes because you mess with their momentum. You throw them off their game. Yeah. And that race with the 100-meter semifinal, you guys, you threw off Sha'Carri off their game. You threw off Shelly off her game. You threw off a lot of people, the athletes off their game. So what Ms. Chin is referring to is there has been reports that the Olympic officials, once these ladies stepped out of the Olympic Village, they were not allowed to come back in the Olympic Village inside of where the racing is taking place to warm up in time to adequately get their bodies ready and able to run their races, and that their warm-up time. Shelly and Fraser Price of Jamaica said she wasn't running. That's why we saw these withdrawals. And Sha'Carri apparently went into that 100-meter and 200 definitely without the proper warm-up. Yeah. They don't stay in the village. So they're saying at least if you don't stay in the village, and they change it just right there because they were okay with it going in and out the village, and then they changed it in the last minute. Do you know how far that walk is for them to go to the main gate to actually enter into the village? Wow. That a lot of people don't understand. That mess with an athlete's momentum, their space of and their preparation. Their preparation because they know their proper warm-up. Shout outs to St. Lucia and their goal and taking it away Julian from Alfred. But I know that if Sha'Carri had gotten a proper warm-up, it would have been a tighter race. It would have been a different type of thing. If Shelly had gotten her proper warm-up, it would have been something different. Yeah, I agree with you. Ms. Chen is reporting live. I appreciate you letting us know what's going on here locally, but we're also talking Olympics. This is your last chance. If you want to call in, let me know what you feel. 850-446-056. All right, Ms. Chen, I said them teeth. I laugh so much watching the memes and watching the commentary, but I also want to big up. What do you want to say, Ms. Chen? Shout out some happy birthday to 𝘾𝙧𝙧𝙞𝙗𝙗𝙗. Yes. She was the only Jamaican who made it to the semi-final. She didn't qualify for the final. Yeah. But happy birthday to you, Princess. That's my little niece. Shout out to her. Yes, happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for her. And we have 𝘾𝙖𝙧𝙧𝙘𝙗𝙗. Listen, all three ladies went through for the 100. Yes, the hurdles is gonna be good, baby. Yes. The men's side and the women's side. Shout out to Hansel Parchment. He looked kind of rusty. I mean, I say rusty, but him coming both third in him, but it shows you how hard it is to stay on top. Big up Usain Bolt to win the double 3 Olympics in a row, to be the best in the world 4 years later is not an easy task. It is actually a great feat for what Usain was able to do. When we look at it from one Olympic to another, everybody cannot stay on top. Big up like Canadian runner Andre DeGrasse and those people, they've been running for a long time. Andre DeGrasse did not come in for the medal count this year. And again, all of these people are fast. I want to give my heart to the 400. Let me talk about the 400 to Quincy Hall of the United States. Miss said the goals was shining. Quincy Hall from Kansas City, Missouri, or Missouri, as they say. In the 400 meter, if you miss that race, you got to go play that replay. When Miss said it, man, dig deep. It looked like he was out of it. In fact, commentator, Jamaican American Sonia Richards Ross was saying Quincy is fading, and the grimace. I even said to myself on the rounds how he looked. I thought Quincy could medal. I didn't know he was gonna come first, but I did say to myself, boy, Quincy gonna be a problem. When Quincy Hall come around the second 200 of that curve, when you start get past a little bit, but the fear start tightening up and the body look wild, and the way he was running, I was like, he's out of it. But he dug so deep and was pulling. If you ever run a 400, I've run it a couple times. The lactic acid that build up in your body that make you want to stop, your brain saying stop, and you have to tell yourself keep going that last 100. The way he pulled out the determination and the strength and the perseverance to start to accelerate when the body is tightening up, when him start past Karani James bring up Grenada, when him start past the brethren from Trinidad and Tobago, when you know what me feel sorry for? Hudson Smith from Great Britain. He was leading almost the entire race, but there was the American Quincy Hall. Snuck, when I say snuck, determination and pressed forward, pulling through his arms. And when he reached that finish line there, the gold teeth them just shine. When I said I was jumping up and down in my living room, like, no, he didn't jump. Rewind it how much time, because it was so unbelievable.
I don't want to say shout out to the Jamaican who broke the world record in shot put.
Yeah, man, we talk about him. We shout out Roger Stoner from the shot put, the field athletes. Roger Stoner from Jamaica, first place gold medal, first ever for Jamaica. Silver medalist in men's long jump. Wayne Pinup, big up Wayne Pinup.
That's his second.
He won a red. Yes, but remember, Jamaica has only won 2 field medals before this ever, and in this Olympic they've won 4. So we see Roger Stoner gold in discus, Wayne Pinnock silver in men's long jump, Shanika Ricketts triple jump silver behind our sisters from Dominica, Thea LaFond from the triple jump. Excuse me, hear me now. Sorry, man, I mix up. Thea LaFond was triple jump. Man, I said long jump. Man, excuse me. Shanika Ricketts. Shanika Ricketts. No, triple jump. We're both of them. Okay, so we got 1, 2. We got Dominica first place, Jamaica second place in triple, and then Rajindra Campbell shot put came bronze behind Ryan Krauser of America and Joe Kovacs also of America. And we got a 4th medal. And again, Jamaica had only won 2 field medals.
We just need 8 medals. No, we'd actually wanted 13 medals to be 100.
What?
We won 87 medals already in the Olympics.
Wow.
87.
For a small island.
And first time in 20 years, the men's 4x1 did not make it to
I
the
know.
final. But the girls went through though.
Yeah. Wait, don't tell me because me never go and go watch it. No. Me never see the end. Don't tell me. Don't say I didn't watch it, because you know sometimes the race them run early. I'm gonna watch that one. Yeah. So I'm gonna go watch the 4x1 and cheer and cry. And then I'm gonna watch the men's hurdles. I have to watch them.
100
Yes, and the women's 100. We got
New Jazz.
Yes, we got
all my Eki people.
Let's go.
Akira is Excelsior and Naisha Burgess is Excelsior, but she's here in University in
That's what's up. What they say, I get him all. I know that. Excelsior, go. What you know about that? Let's go. Okay, so they represent him well. I do want to give a little hat tip to the Americans in. I'm gonna tell you, something is going in the water in Paris for the Americans with the running. Not only did we see Quincy Hall 400, Cole Hawker in the 1500. When we say this man came in the last, he was going against two rivals who were worried about themselves and him just running around with them. Yeah,
I was
Netherlands.
wondering what water he
No,
drinks because he started the pace was really
super
fast.
fast, super fast.
Me want to know. You can't tell me the well where you see the water from.
He was out there. I think is it Ingerbritton? Ingerbritton was out there with his Great Britain rival. I mean, the names escaped me just this minute, but Cole Harger said they were focused so much on each other. I already knew if they open up a little lane, I'm coming through. And Cole Harger surprised. This is only the second U.S. goal. I think it's in like 100 years in the 1500. Also, Quincy Hall 400. Kenneth Rooks in the steeplechase, another American. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Kenneth Rooks went for the goal. It was amazing to watch. He came in second in the silver. He was challenging the Kenyans, the Ethiopians, the Moroccans. I said, "What is going on?" USA came to win this year.
Yeah, listen. As I said it numerous of times, track and field has its time. When it's your year, it's your time. When it's not your time, it's just not your time. Listen, there was a dude doing the pole vault, and for the whole Instagram was going crazy and said he lied on his application. This man don't even go over.
Lord of mercy. We had some. Yes, there was another pole vault I thought you were going to talk about, but we're not going to talk about that one on the air. But also the women's 200 winner Gabby Thomas.
Yes.
Me happy for her.
Now we
Again,
give it to Gabby.
no Jamaicans was in the race.
Yeah.
We just gonna point that out. There was no Sheree.
They pulled out.
But I'm not gonna say it because it was her time, as you stated. Gabby Thomas has put in a lot of work. Harvard grad, studying, I think, public health. She's so smart.
Okay.
She could be a model as well. Tall and long legs. She came. Listen, my girl, Julianne Alfred from St. Lucia, who I mean, coming across the curve, coming after the curve.
Right.
Gabby was just there,
And
moving.
if she just get a little, if she got a little inch more,
Yes,
she would have won. But again, I always say, shout out to all the athletes.
Yeah, man, from the top to first
from the
to
cyclists, from right
yes,
gymnastics,
marathon.
Listen.
I
That
enjoy
dude that took on Simone Biles, my you, please.
Hey, listen,
everybody's asking, who are you again?
I know I don't know. So when you're on top, like Simone is, people are gonna come try you. Even that other woman athlete, former gymnast Michaela Skinner, take several seats, Michaela. You start by talking about how you think this is lazy and they're not putting in the work as like they used to. And then when someone responds to you, now you want to play victim and hide your hand and cry.
People is threatening.
I call them to stop.
Call them and tell them to stop.
Me can't take it. Exactly. You mad that you're not as relevant and that your talent level never ever was even close to this woman. Exactly. But now you want to pick fight with her and you can't handle. Simone Biles fan base is not one to play with. And if she didn't start it, you started it by your derogatory comments towards the team, and then she responded in kind to just put a relax, hun. And now you want to play victim. Please take several seats. I was watching on her page and all that she put off the comments on most of our stuff. Nobody shouldn't be bullied, but she in herself bit off more than she could chew and try throw a rock and hide her hand. That's not what we do. It's our time. It's the GOATs. When we looked at that all podium with Miss Rebecca Andrade from Brazil, with Simone Biles, and then Jordan Childs in silver and in bronze medal for the floor exercise, that was so symbolic. Look where gymnastics has come. It has come to a power now sport, because before it was pure adolescents and pure children, but now they have moved it so that grown women are able to determine their training.
I saw a picture of Simone Biles and Shaquille.
Shaquille O'Neal. So cute.
Whoever did that, wicked.
So cute. She's like 4'11", and he's like 7.
She's 4'8".
Is she 4'8"? She's very tiny. She's tiny.
And he is like
7'11". No, I just big up all the athletes. It's not easy to dedicate 4 years to this type of competition, and we want to say we're proud. Whether you vote for, I know Caribbean people be torn, Jamaica, or whether you vote for a Caribbean island, whether you are, excuse me, cheering for America, I'm cheering for best performances.
We cheer for best performance.
Yeah, so big up all the American athletes, big up all the Caribbean athletes that's been representing. We have a lot more to go. And real quick before we go, U.S. medal count right now is 95 medals, 27 golds, 35 silvers, 33 bronze. But China, as of today, 70 medals, 28 gold. They're beating in the gold because America last night was winning in the gold, but now China's back is winning in the gold. 25 silver, 17 bronze. This has been, again.
It's going to be here for the next election in the U.S.
Is it?
The next World Olympics.
Yeah, yes. 2028, LA, baby.
And then 2026 is World Cup here.
Oh, gosh. This is exciting times. I love sports, guys.
I'll have to go running. I make sure my health is up because I have to be flying all over the place just to come.
I was just thinking, I might have to go buy a ticket for no track and field, even though LA traffic is terrible.
I don't mind.
I might have to go buy some tickets and go see something, especially if it's right here. I'm excited again.
Jamaicans get up early.
Yes.
We know. We all the out there like help them sleep up too, just to go in early.
I love it. When I look again, Roger Stoner, Kishane Thompson, Wayne Pinnock, Shanika Ricketts, Regindra Campbell, big up our Julian Alfred, big up Thea LaFawn, all of the athletes representing the Caribbean. We're so proud of you, and we're so proud also of the American athletes who have also shown out and showed up finally when it comes to the sprint races, the 1500, the steeplechase, the 400, the 200, and the 100. We are proud of all athletes. Keep it going. Tomorrow's show, we'll be having a candidate come through, and we're going to talk about Vice President Kamala Harris's vice president. So vice presidential pick. We have a lot of thoughts about Tim Walz and what he means to this ticket. And we're going to get back into politics. You know, Suzette Speaks. I do a little bit of everything, little sports, little commentary, just things that matter to me that I hopefully want to share some knowledge with you, and so that we can have this great conversation and connection. Again, I appreciate you listening. Remember, listen every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Suzette Speaks Show live right here on Voice of the Caribbean, INI Radio, 94.3 FM Miami, 102.1 FM Fort Lauderdale, 102.3 FM North Lauderdale, Hollywood, 99.7 FM Orlando, Lake Mary, Winter Garden, and 105.3 FM Vero Beach, Port St. Lucie. If you're an elected official or if you're running, please come see me. I want to have you before the August 20 primary. Remember, election day is happening now. Elections are happening. The primary election is August 20th. You have to be registered already. The date's closed for registration, but if you are registered, you can be voting in Miami-Dade County, in Monroe County. Voting is going on right now. In Broward County, up there, the early voting begins August 10th through the 18th. You can vote at any precinct from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Again, early voting day. The one day is August 20, but we have a whole week before that you can vote. Don't stand in line. Go to any polling station August 10th through 18th. And again, the big election will be November 5th, but we don't want to forget that right now we're already in the primary vote. People like Stanley Campbell for U.S. Senate, others in the local races, they have to win the primary to get on the ballot and go against the opposing party in November on November 5th. So right now is the most important time. Make sure in Miami-Dade you're out there ready to vote. Make sure you're in Monroe County, the Keys, you're ready to vote. Make sure whether you're up there, Palm Beach County, and St. Lucie County, Orange County, Osceola County, wherever you're listening from, make sure you go to your supervisor of elections and make sure you are going to see if you're registered. And if you're registered, get voting. Again, Broward County, voting opens August 10th through 18th, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And election day, the early primary day, the time is now. August 20th is primary day, but you also know you can vote coming up on the 10th through the 18th. I appreciate y'all listening. We got more music coming your way, and I thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Y'all make sure you tune in.
How you doing, Dad?
Beachth has supported tens of thousands of our clients since 2007.
Right?
Yes, I feel like I'm like on a marathon.
And
That's
we're
the exhale right there. That's the show.
This might be the last
You happen to
supplement
know
you have to try.
where the
For more
Lucie
information about
drop
how
in?
these species can help
No?
you,
On here?
Yeah.
I don't know what I ever asked this shit. Yeah, man, I'm just barely giving you time. Like, you gotta be.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.